Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm having a play with an old card. We've done these before, but this time I've done it with Christmas papers and some old papers. This is from a set. Oh, it was in the main catalogue. Oh, something at home, is it? Oh, I'd have to get it out of the rack. I'll put it away. It's an old piece anyway, but I thought the blues went well with the ribbon and this. I think that's Night of Navy, but I'm using Misty Moonlight and Starry Sky, is it? No, actually it's Blueberry Brussels. So I put a little strip in there and some of these gorgeous stars. I haven't done it on the inside, only because I got my paper wrong, so I had a spare piece. But I've done it on the outside. I've added those lovely little stars, and it stands up beautiful. You know, you can have it closed. You can wish to have it open. Just leave it as a flat bit. You've got space inside to write a message. If you wanted to as well, you could add a couple of little photographs, and then you could have a white piece on the back, or you could add a nice photograph on the back and on the inside, and then write your message there. But I think it's cute. I'm using some of the new papers. I think they're called Winter Meadow. Yes, Winter Meadow designer series paper. I'm only using this tiny little piece, but I love the blue on that. I love the tree lines. I love the snow, and it's just like a mottled grey on the back, like a painted grey. I am using my corner punch, which I haven't used for a long time. The sentiment is from here. It's the merriest trees, and so are the little stars. I've got my white piece for inside. I've got my small piece for this message. And fingers crossed I've cut these right. Yes and yes. So it's just one piece. Actually, I had one piece which went on there, and the other piece now which will fit on there and there. So I might stamp the two of those. This is from that pack, from an older pack. I just love the pattern, and I thought it looked a bit Christmassy. You could leave the wood grain, but I don't think that would go. Got a tiny little strip that'll go along my white piece when we put that in the center. And this piece is, I think they're both exactly the same. Yeah, so my designer series paper and the white are the same. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is 3 by 4 1/4. So this piece I wrote down on here, I can see it, it says 4 5/8 when folded. So it's actually 4 5/8, 3/8. So this is 9 3/4, and we're basically just going to fold this in half, I think. And I might have to cut it down actually. So there's my writing. There's my writing. So I need to make this 4 3/8. So I have got to chop a little bit off. You can use those to go behind sentiments if you want to. Let's make sure now. Oops. Well, perfect fit now for most my designer series paper and my little white piece inside. Just going to grab some glue and give these a little splodge down. They'll be dry then in time. I only stamped stars on this one, which is what we'll do. Now my designer series paper, this is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and you're going to need the same piece for your pattern, whichever side you want, cut from the left top corner to the bottom right corner. Like I'm saying, I used 2 pieces, one for this card, and if I was going to do it the other way, it would have been this way. I'd cut mine wrong, so it perfectly worked out fine for me to put one on the inside. You don't have to decorate the inside. You could make 4 cards, maybe have the other one, instead of opening this way, you could have it across there and opening from the top. But you could make 4 cards with 2 pieces. I'm just going to stamp my card piece, which we're going to cut now. I am literally cutting this at 4 1/4. Perfect. You could actually use this piece for your inside piece, so it's all the same. Let me get my measurements. 8 1/4 and 5 7/8 it says. Ah, right. Gaynor's done something. Right, let me just see that now. I've cut my card wrong, I think. I have. 8 1/4 by 5. Have I done that? I've done something wrong. I think I've just gone and spliced my card in half when I should have cut it the other way. So let's see what I've got in this box. Oh, crumbs. Gaynor's gone and done it wrong. I'm going to use Night and Navy this time. What am I like? I'll pop that away. I can make 2 other cards with that. So this is 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to score this at 4 1/8. So Gaynor did it the wrong way. So don't do it the way Gaynor did it. And now we're going to cut from the fold here to this corner. So pop that on the track. Oh, look at that. Bang on. I bet I couldn't do that again. And I'm going to start my blade halfway, top to bottom. And I've done it the wrong way, haven't I? No, I've done it that way. We can fold it that way. Ooh, I thought I'd done it wrong again. So you want this piece. This we're going to use to back our card. I'll show you in a minute. I cut this piece down. Wait there now, Gaynors. Cut off the triangle 2 by 3. So I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn it and cut it off at 2 inches. Don't, oh, it actually fit this time. 2 by 3 it says. Oh, perfect. Oh, it fit lovely this time. Last time, for some reason, I must have just cut it wrong. My other piece had a corner chomped out, but by the time I put it through my little... So this is going to work out lovely, actually. So that piece is going to fit. I think my card's a little bit long. Getting at 5 7/8. Let's just do this. I'll have to cut from here now. Yeah, it's a little bit too long. See, Gaynor's not prepared. Gotta have a laugh, haven't you, girls? Right, let's get my bone folder. So my piece is going to fit in there beautiful. Oh, that's perfect. Let's get that glued in out of the way. It's going to be a relatively quick card. But you could, once you get it right, don't do a Gaynor. Perfect. And then I'm going to burnish this really, really well. And I'm going to turn my card over and burnish the back as well. That way we get that lovely closure. So while we're here, we're going to glue this in. Make sure now you've got your opening, because my trees are at the bottom. So I could have, if I'd have used a whole piece, I could have cut this piece as well from the same cardstock. I just wanted contrasting colours. So you can make this card out of one sheet of A4, and we're going to glue that in the centre there. Look, giving yourself a clean distance from each corner. Open that out. Just spread on the glue, and I'm going to keep that in place just so I can line that up, and then I can brush that down. Perfect. So we're going to do some stamping. We're going to need those for stamping. We're going to need these for stamping, and then we'll come back to the glue in a minute. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to grab my ink and I'm going to stamp my, oh, now we've got the wrong colour, but I don't think it'll matter so much. I'm going to stamp my image. That is so cute. And if you wanted to, while you've got it out, I didn't do it on my other one, but look at that. Look, that comes up a lot cleaner than my other one. Let's keep that out for a minute. Let's just grab some paper. Let's do it on the back of here. I've got my measurements there, see, if you want a copy. We can just add a few of these lovely little stars. And you can even stamp some off. Whoops. But isn't that cute? And then I'm going to do just the top and the bottom, just so you've got space to write your message. And then this, I'm just going to stamp all over. I'm just moving the stamp round, even though it's getting really clogged. Just going to lightly stamp at that. I think it looks really cute. It just adds a little bit of something. So there's the one for the inside. And don't get so much of an impression if you stamp it twice. But I love it in these little white areas. That's so sweet. But what a great mail card. You know, if you were doing this for a gentleman, I'm sure, you know, these stars are stars at the end of the day. So we have a lot of men that like astrology, I suppose, stargazing. As long as they only do it for pleasure and not for trying to read someone's fortune, because that don't work. And again, I'm just going to give that a nice little clean off, put my cloth away. But it's such a quick and simple card, even with the stamping. So let's pop them to one side. And this, I'm going to fetch in this beauty. Now when you're doing these corners, don't go in there like now and then turn it, because you need to flip it if you want it to repeat. If you want them to be exactly the same, do one side and then flip. I'll show you in a minute. So go in, flip it over, and then you get perfect edges. Right, let me show you on this scrap piece. If I put that in and press, you get that piece. Now if I turned it and did that piece, you get a totally different look. You get the curve there instead of the curve there. You get that arch there instead of there. So always go in. If you want to match that, flip it over. So you've got the same either side. Now if you were doing it, let me just get rid of these bits. Now if you were doing it from this side, you will get a different look. Now flip it over. I'll show you again on the bottom. So you've got equal sides. Now let's do one side. And if we were to turn it, it's totally different. So you don't want to mess it up by having two different lots. I just don't want you to mess up your angles. So this time I'm going to keep it the same side because my pattern's the same side. Punch, turn, punch, and then we're going to punch, turn and punch, and then this will fit on there, beautiful, giving us that gorgeous outlay. And you can keep these. I suppose you could add them on somewhere for a pattern. I suppose you could attach one, but you'd have a weird shape. It's up to you. You can throw them in the bin, you can use them in shaker cards, or you can just glue them on something else. But I haven't used my punch for ages, that's why I fetched it out. So I'm going to fetch some glue in just to glue my blue pieces down. I mean, if you were sending this to a gentleman, you don't have to do a bow like I've done. You could do a double knot, you could do a C knot if you know how to do those. Just give that a waft. Grab some dimensionals. They're little ones. Oh, mind you, I suppose little ones will do. I'm going to fetch my... Might as well use these bits up. I mean, you could save them and cut them into strips like I do. But literally, you're just going to need one top, bottom, and I'm just going to stick one either side. Because it's not really... It's not interactive, so it will stay put. Maybe you could have just put one top and bottom, a full one. But now for our inside card. Open this out. Look how quick you can make this card, girls. Gonna add that. That follows that pattern through. So cute. That smushy smush. And then, like I'm saying, you don't have to decorate the inside. That is entirely up to you. But I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm just going to give that a little squirt around the edges. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to give myself a little border. That glue. I love this Teflon bone folder. It gets rid of any unwanted glue. Isn't that pretty? So this will come over. I mean, you could leave it like that, but I like this paper. I think it's so cute. And if you're bulk making, like I'm saying, just add one of these. You'll get two, but you'll have a plain one like this and a patterned one on the other. Nice little border. Because I cut my card down, if it was too long, I'd have just taken a small slither off the bottom, which I didn't really need to. And that would have still given me the perfect shape. I wouldn't have had to trim off. And again, we just cut from corner to corner. So now this is the section. I am going to use glue and a glue dot for my ribbon. But I think this would make a perfect gentleman's Christmas card. You could even swap the sentiment up because it doesn't really have to. Somebody could have a winter birthday. I mean, you could add that on the side. I'm just going to pop that in the center. That is cute. And these iridescent pearls, I've had these for ages. I mean, the code's 153. They must be at least 2 years old. Oops, I'm dropping bits. So I am literally, just like my card, I'm going to add 3 on there. 1, 2, 3. Start from the bottom. I'm going to have 2 at the top this time. And just 1 down the bottom. That is cute. Always look over your old stash because you'd be surprised what you'll find that'll match up. I'm going to got a glue dot ready. I'm going to grab my, and this time I'm going to cut, I want 3 tails, so I'm going to cut 3 strands, roughly about the same. I mean, you could do it how I do it and add just 2 pieces, but this stuff, you get tons of it. So I'm going to roughly keep the ends level on one end. And get my 3rd piece. Now I'm keeping hold of this end, and now I'm going to wrap. I've got a really long one on this one, haven't I? Maybe I'll wrap round that twice then, so we'll have, yeah, I cut the other one a little bit smaller, and this one is a little bit thicker. So this one's got 6 loops and 6 tails, 3 on either side. So when you come to pull, line it up in the center and pull it towards you before you pull tight. And then you've got a cute little, I mean, you can cut this off now. They're roughly the same. And then I always pull the prongs in to loosen the bow. You can do it at the bottom or the top. That way your little bows don't curl up. Because if you pull it while it's tight, these tend to curl, and they curl big time. So let's get a glue dot, and I'm just going to pop right on that corner there. So see this little point here, I'm going to put it on that little point there. And I know it's a glue dot, but I'm just going to add a little splodge of glue as well. That way I know it's going to stick to my glue dot, but that glue, when it dries now, that'll never come off. I mean, it might fall off in the post with just a glue dot. They're strong, but they're not that strong. Just put my bits away. Told you it was a quick and simple card tonight. But we can do long ones, we can do quick and simple, but I just think that is a beautiful card to give a gentleman for Christmas. You can have, like I'm saying, somewhere to write a message. You could stamp another sentiment. I mean, I've got this, you could put love and joy, or to you and yours. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. But I've left enough space for me to write who it's to, who it's from. May even pop a little photograph in there. But that close is beautiful, and you've still got space on the back for a nice photograph. And they all stand up absolutely beautiful. And if you don't want this hanging out, it will just tuck away so you can have it on the inside. But 2 beautiful mail cards that I hope you've enjoyed me watching. I know we used the blueberry bushel on this one, but I don't think there's much difference of using the Night and Navy, because even though this is blueberry bushel ink, on here looks like Night and Navy. So blueberry bushel, blueberry bushel still, but looks like Night and Navy. Well, there you have it. My battery's about to die. I hope you've enjoyed. Love making these cards. Like I'm saying, for each piece you can get 2 cards, unless you don't want to decorate both sides, but you'll have the pattern different on each card. But it's up to you. Have fun, enjoy crafting, and all praise to our great Lord and Saviour, who gives us our wonderful talents to share with others. yeah, come back on the next video and I'll see you soon. Take care, my lovelies. You could add a nice little sprig. You've got some spare, you know, use the sprig punch. I don't think I've got, I think I got the leaf punch. I don't think I've got the sprig. Wait, let me have a quick look. I got the leaf one, I think. Oh, I've got the old one. And I've also got a little leafy one. I didn't buy the double sprig punch, but I've got this one, which you could cut down the centre. But it reminds me of reindeer ears. So let's see what we got in this bag quickly. I got plenty of little strips of blue. This is just a sample, just so you can see what happens. I mean, you could have tuck a nice little leaf behind there. You can fold these in and just give them some texture. Just fold. You don't have to do anything. You just fold them. You don't have to be perfect. You could, you know, just give them a bit of 3D. Let me just grab it. I will add one to this one, but you don't have to add it to all. I mean, you don't even have to. Excuse me. Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to come out, and yet I've just pulled the pin out. That's got it. And then you could, if you were sending it to a lady, add some Winker Stella. But I'm literally just going to press that inside there. I think that looks quite cute, actually. I do have, and have I got any Starry Sky? It's not Starry Sky Gaynor, it is. Let's just do a little piece of the night, the misty moonlight. Why not, if you can get something? And just, you could use your, just to give it a line, just follow it down and score it, and then you can just give them a quick little fold. It just adds a little bit of 3D on your project. Again, blob of glue. Oh, it wants to come out this time, yay! And then, because we've got our gems this side, just gonna add our leaves that side. And there we have it. We've got some dies, not dies, we've used a couple of punches, which I haven't done for a while. And there we have it, a little bit of extra decoration. You can grab your Winker. Oh, look at that, my Winker Stella. There we go. Just add a line of Stella on the female one if you're going to send one to a lady. Just adds a bit of shine. Just something different. Don't know why that's coming out of there, but there we go. I need a new Winker Stella. There we have it. Little sprig, a little bit of sparkle. Beautiful. These are called diagonal joyfold cards, because you're adding an extra little joyfold card in the center. I've done joyfold cards in the past, but in a card 8 3/4 by 3, and then you're going to score this at 4 3/8. The base card is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, score at 4 1/8, and then you're going to cut from the center to the outside, unless you want the top fold. And battery's just gone, but there we go. Come back on the next video. See you later, girls. Bye.